Hi guys. So I'll give it a sec. I know that I've got to get approved, like authorised to be in here because I'm not an admin. So I'll give it a second. If you're watching the replay, then just pop hashtag replay below so we know you have caught this. Let me just... I don't know how to work this out. All the buttons have changed. There we go. So, should get approved shortly. I'm very scared. I'm very scared. So I am Sarah. Hi. I don't know. Hi. Right. Am I good? Okay. Yes. So, feel free to share this in your team pages. This should really help sort of the newbies and maybe some of the veterans that have been doing it a long time. Like, it should help reiterate some stuff really. So just let me know you can hear me okay. So I am Sarah. I'm a yellow status. I live in England. And it's currently not just gone 9 o'clock here. So let me know where it is you're from and what time it is there, because I know we've got people from all over in here. So it'll be interesting to know sort of where everyone is and what time it is, because I know it's kind of a funky time in America. So I've been asked to talk about effective frequency. This is something I'm quite passionate about. It's something that I've seen sort of be real, be true, something that I know has worked well personally for me and for other people. So what is effective frequency? Like, does anybody know? So in short, it is the number of times an advertisement or a commercial is seen before action is taken. So in our world, it's the number... Sorry, dodgy Wi-Fi. Would it now, wouldn't it? So it's the number of times an advertisement or a commercial is seen before somebody takes an action. So in our world, it's the number of times somebody sees a post or a video or it sort of has an exposure to a product that they then buy or they then join the business. So there was a study done in 1885 by a man called Thomas Smith that basically proved that it can take up to 20 times of an exposure to a product before somebody will take that action to buy. So if you think about it, how many times do you normally post about a particular product or about the opportunity before you then give up and think, oh, it's not working, no one cares about this, I'll move on? Like, let me know, how many times do you normally, on average, post about something before you then give up and think, oh, I'll move on to something else, my network isn't interested in this particular product? Oh. So, sorry, dry mouth, I'm very scared. So, think about TV commercials or TV advertisements. So, I know there's one in the UK at the moment that's fixed either for the AA or for the RAC, I think it is, and you might know what I'm talking about. They break down and then the truck turns up to tow them away and then like fix the car and then they get on their way, and it's got a little girl in the back. Hi guys. It's got a little girl in the back and she's sat there like really bored, like, oh, why have we stopped, like this is really boring. And then they fix the car and then the end of the advert is that they play Proud Mary and this little girl's like, woo, like this, right? And the first time, so you know, like when you're watching TV, you're watching your show and then you go make a cup of tea and you're like kind of not really listening to the TV in the background, and then after a few times of that same advertisement going on like every day for a week, for a couple of weeks, you think, I swear I've seen this before, this has been on a lot, and then it starts to really irritate you and you're like, well, why do I need to know about this? I don't care anymore. And then you start humming the theme tune and you're humming it around the house Like, so now when this advert comes on with this little girl that's like, woo, I'm like, oh, it's my advert. I just hate that advert. And that is basically a real life example of effective frequency. So, the first time you post about something, bear in mind that only a very, very small percentage of your friends list and of your followers will actually see your posts, right? The first time you post about something, either won't get seen or the people will scroll past. That's just what happens. Like, people do, they literally just sit there and they scroll through the newsfeed and they don't even pay attention to what they're looking at. Okay? The second time you post about it, again, they don't notice, they're still scrolling. They're not paying attention, they've got cat videos and like whatever else in their newsfeed, so seeing your mascara post, they're just going to scroll through again. The third time, they're actually aware it's there, they see it. They're like, oh, okay, yeah. And they take note of the fact they've seen it. The fourth time, they swear they've seen it before. They're like, hang on a sec. Definitely seen this before. This is weird. And they kind of get that sense of, and start thinking about it. The fifth time, they actually read what you've put with the picture. Because before, they're just looking at it and they go, oh, that picture looks familiar. Now they actually read a little bit of information about what you've put. The sixth time, they thumb their nose at it, they're a bit like, ugh, and they just scroll past, they're like, oh no, I can't bother. The seventh time, they're annoyed. So if you're only posting about something a handful of times and thinking, okay, no one's bought anything, no one's interested, I'll move on to something else, they may have not even seen it. So you continue, okay? So they're irritated, they're annoyed, they've seen this a few times. People may comment on it, like I have had it myself. My boss at my day job actually said to me, seriously, do you have to post so much? And she was really really weird about it. And I was like, well, you can unfollow me if you want, I don't really care. Like, they can always unfollow you. The people that are going to support you in your business will surprise you. The people that won't support you in your business will surprise you. It'll be the people that you would expect to support you that will be the weirdest about it. And that's just how it is. Like, I've grown a bit more of a thicker skin since I've been doing this, and it's shown who actually does care about me. Anyway, off on a tangent. So, the 8th time, oh, here it is again. Like, seen this before. Sort of eye roll, like, ugh, really? The 9th time, they then think, hang on, I must be missing something. I must be missing something. What am I missing? What is it about this that she keeps talking about it? Like, this is interesting. The 10th time, they will start asking their friends about it. They're intrigued. They want to know more about it. They won't necessarily come to you. They will ask their friends and family, have you seen this product? Do you know much about it? Is it any good? They'll ask people they trust. The 11th time, they're still wondering about why you're talking about it so much. Like, it's got to be good. She's talking about it a lot. So what's going on? 12th time, it must be a good product. Like, it must be. There's got to be something about it. The 13th time, it's definitely got value. Okay, so we've got to 13 times now, and they're starting to sort of think, yeah, okay, this has got to be good. It's something that I'm interested in. So if you've given up after a handful of times, you've not even got to the point where they're interested in what you're talking about. The 14th time, they remember they've wanted something similar for a while. So they're thinking back and they're thinking, well, I have always kind of wanted something like that. I'm that kind of person. I'm an impulse buyer, but I'm also like, I'll post on a daily or a number of times a day. So, Eve, good question. I will get back to you in a sec. So 15th time, they will yearn for it. They will want it, but they know they can't afford it. They've got other financial commitments, and they're like, yeah, I want it, but I've got other stuff to look at. The 16th time, they accept that they will buy it in the future. They're like, yeah, I will get it at some point. Like, when I've got the spare money. The 17th time, they then write down, they're like, yes, I definitely need to get this. I need to get this. And they kind of start putting a plan together of when they can actually afford to do it. The 18th time, they're annoyed at themselves that they can't afford it. They curse their own poverty, like, seriously, I need this in my life. The 19th time, they're literally emptying all the penny jars they've got in the house. They're going through all the purses and the pockets of the coats, and they're finding that money. They want this. And then the 20th time, they actually buy the product. So, good question, Eve. So do post about it on a daily or number of times a day. So, what do you mean by new item a week? So, bear in mind, right, somebody potentially needs to see something 20 times, okay? So, there's on average 30 days each month. If you're only posting about it once a day, you're going to get to almost towards the end of the month before they actually buy it, because they might not have seen it. So you've got to find creative ways to talk about things. So it's not just posting the same picture and the same graphic every single day, because that isn't going to work. You've got to find creative ways. So use your focus on a particular product. So think of McDonald's, right? You're walking down the street and there's a billboard with, that makes sense. There's a billboard with McDonald's on, okay? So you walk past so many billboards and so many like advertisements, and like when you're scrolling on your newsfeed, if you like McDonald's, you'll see they will be advertising a particular burger. And all you will see is that one burger. Like, they've got a huge menu where they've got their fries, they've got all these different burgers, but they will be focusing on that one burger. And think how many adverts you walk past the street every day that you don't notice that are there, and then all of a sudden it's everywhere you look. And it's like, I want that burger. Like, I need that burger. So it's kind of the same thing. So in the DMO Sheets focus item this week. Yeah, so if you're going to be posting about the same thing multiple times a day, which I would suggest, then if you focus on something for 1 week, you think 7 days, so 3 times a day, so morning, lunchtime, evening, for 7 days, that's 21 times you've talked about it. That's right, 7, 14, yeah, 21 times. So that would be the right amount, but it's finding creative ways to do it. So it's through doing your videos, it's through doing your different looks. So if you're focusing on, the kudos is a great one to focus on, because obviously it's a great deal that corporate put out every month. You can focus on that all month, and then you can sprinkle in other products. So if you're focusing on the kudos, there's different shades. So you can showcase a different shade of splurge every time you talk about it, if you've got it. If you haven't, you can use pictures of other Y sisters. There's other graphics you can use. You can showcase the different options that are available. You're still talking about the same product, but then you're showing the different shades and the versatility. Sorry, hiccups. If sometimes there's a kudos that comes out and it's not something that you're going to be majorly passionate about, or say you're very new and you've bought the kit but you can't afford to get the kudos, and the kudos is something that isn't in your kit. You don't have to focus just on the kudos. You choose your favourite product. Like, the kit is amazing. You have so many different things and different options that are in your kit that you can have in your hand and you can use, and you can go, okay, this week I'm going to talk about bronzer. That's in the kit at the moment. Everyone's got the bronzer. All the new people have got it as well. And you can go, okay, so bronzer, you can use it as eyeshadow one day. You can use it to do your contour one day. You can use it on your lips over the top of a lip gloss. You can use it for this. And you showcase that versatility, and that will really help, if that makes sense. Because I feel like I'm rambling. I'm just like, let me read my notes and see if I've missed anything, because I've just been like, yeah. So it is like, consistency is key. I've had this happen so many times. So a prime example for me was I wasn't even focusing on primer. Okay, so the Glorious Face primer. I I used to post every day, every morning. It'd be like Sarah's look of the day, and I'd do like a full face, and I'd literally just post a selfie, and I would literally list the products that I'd used and the different shades that I'd used, right? I've not really talked about the primer that much, but because every day I would put the top of that list that I'm using primer, and then I'd got my foundation and my blusher and whatever else I was using, but because at the top of that list it was primer, and I hadn't even really talked about what primer does. But I had somebody message me after a few times saying, seriously, what is primer? Why do I need it? And what does it do? Because they'd seen my posts and I hadn't even really talked about it. So sprinkle in different bits and bobs, but use one particular item as your main focus, which is why it's on your DMO sheets, because talking about the same thing over and over, it will encourage people to want it. And it's important to choose something that you're passionate about. Like, if there's a particular product that you're not that bothered about, I wouldn't suggest talking about it. Because obviously we're not going to like everything. And people buy from people. And people will trust your judgment. And if you're just trying to sell them something that you're kind of not that interested in yourself, people are going to feel that. And they're just going to feel like you're using them for a sale. Like, friends first, business second. People trust your opinion and they will buy from you because they trust you. And if you sell them something that you're not passionate about and then they don't like it either, they're not going to want to come back. If that makes sense. So let me just read my comments. So yeah, focus on the mascara. The mascara is the biggest seller. Everyone's got a mascara. You can sprinkle in your mascara as you're focusing on something else, or you can just focus solely on mascara. You can focus on, if you chose one of the collections to focus on, you've got a few different products you can talk about every day, and a lot of those are in the kit. So there's definitely something that you can choose, and be creative, have fun with it. Like, just have fun with your business. Like, people buy from people. So, has anyone got any questions? Now I've like chilled myself out now. I felt so sick at the start. I was so scared. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just let me know. What time are we? Actually, I've done alright for time. So I've been rambling. Yeah, mascara finishes every look, exactly. Like, as much as this month I've been focusing on the kudos, I always put Epic on afterwards, because like, your eyes are naked without lashes. They just don't look right. So it literally, you finish it off and you're not even actively talking about it, but you kind of are. It works. So I felt the fear. I was on the phone to Jessica just before we got live and she was going, 10 minutes to go, and I was going, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick. So thank you for watching. If you've got any questions and you want any support or anything, then just drop a comment or message your sponsor or your elite, or I'm happy to help with anything. It's something I'm really passionate about and something I've seen work in my business. So if you're just jumping on, just watch the replay. Any questions, you know where I am. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go now and chill my beans and go to bed. So have a lovely evening wherever you are, if it's still evening. I don't even know what time it is everywhere. Have a great evening. I will speak to you all later. Bye.